We're taught that great art comes from adding more layers, more technique, more complexity. But some of the most powerful songs ever written prove the opposite. One of the biggest hits of the last 25 years came from 4 broke college kids on 4 chords in about 10 minutes, waiting for a microphone to get fixed. It shouldn't have worked. It's too simple, too exposed, too easy to dismiss, and yet somehow that simplicity turned into a song that still fills stadiums. This is how doing less created Yellow.
No, I love you so.
It's 1999. Coldplay have almost no recording experience, no reputation, and no safety net. A few years after meeting in college, they're still working janitorial jobs just to get by. So when the label sends them away to make a record, it doesn't feel like an opportunity, but more of a test. They're sent out to Rockfield Studios in rural Wales, a place far from the city, surrounded by muddy roads and open fields. It's remote, quiet, and isolated, exactly the kind of place where you either figure it out or you don't.
By the time we got to Rockfield, we'd been given kind of 6 months to get used to being signed and stuff. And then our label were like, look, you've got to kind of make it happen now. So it was very much like some sort of musical Hogwarts. You know, we were sent away to figure it out.
I mean, I remember so vividly when we turned up and we drove down, it was like a little unmade road and there was cows. And I sort of wondered what on earth we were doing there.
They arrive on a tiny road, 4 kids far from London, far from noise, and far from distraction. They're supposed to be recording a different song, something more complex and more technical, but the universe interrupts. One night, alongside producer Ken Nelson, they step outside for air, and for the first time in years, they can actually see the sky. Not London grey, but real vast, open, star-filled black.
We were recording a song called Shiver, and we went outside to have like a breather, and it was just so beautiful outside. All 4 of us were outside, and Ken, and he was like, look up there, lads. Look at the stars. He literally said, look at the stars, which is the first line of that song. And it was really mind-blowing.
The phrasing lingers. Something about the way it was said felt familiar.
And then I was thinking about how Neil Young sings the word stars like stars, stars. Like he does a sort of bend in it just to try and make everyone giggle. So I was like doing this, and I was like, and it was very starry outside. I was like, look at the stars. Like trying to do, I can't do a Neil Young for shit, but that's how it came out.
Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you.
Suddenly, it doesn't feel like a joke anymore. Chris isn't trying to write a hit. He's just messing around, waiting on a broken mic to get fixed.
And then I found this chord, because I like to use strange tunings on the guitar.
Yes.
So that chord I liked it, and then that chord. So I was like, look at the stars.
Right.
Real Neil Young-y. And then the rest just come out.
Not something planned or studied, just a chord that happens to feel good under his fingers. And without realizing it, he's stumbling into the sound Coldplay would make their own. Simple, instinctive, and honest.
So many of our songs, the portal through which they arrive is some failure that I've done on the guitar. And often if you analyze our songs after the fact, they're so simple that we would never have allowed ourselves to do that had we known, oh, it's just E to A to B to E.
Something clicks when he strums those 4 basic chords, so he does what anyone would do when they think they've found something. He takes it back to his peers. Back inside Rockfield, the rest of the guys are killing time. They're playing video games, waiting for the session to continue. Chris walks in with the idea. He's unsure, half excited, half embarrassed, and he plays it for them. They shrug.
And I went and I said, guys, what do you think about this? And they were like, yes, that's okay.
Not exactly fireworks, so he drifts out of the room and finds a quiet space for himself.
And I went into the bathroom in the living room area, and then the chorus came out.
Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones.
And I showed them that, and they're like, yeah, we like that.
There's no grand studio moments, no whiteboard covered in lyrics, no tortured perfectionism, only a voice, 4 chords, and a tiled room with a bit of echo. Now he's sitting there with this tiny little idea, trying to figure out what he even wants it to be. A melody starts forming. A few words mumble their way out, and then across the room, something catches his eye.
Then I got the title from the Yellow Pages, which was about 45-degree angle over there. They were all, I was looking for a word which was like, yellow. It was a feeling more than a meaning.
Chris doesn't know what the song means, still doesn't. He just knew how it felt. Coldplay were never the most technical band in the room, and Chris was the first to admit he wasn't the strongest singer or flashiest performer either.
I can't dance like Usher, I can't sing like Beyonce, I can't write songs like Elton John.
This wasn't unique to Yellow. It's something Chris Martin has pointed to again and again as part of how Coldplay writes. Similarly, with Fix You, he wasn't trying to sound clever. He was just reaching for something honest, something that seems effortless but carries emotional weight.
What's that? What you sing it then, there, Chris? What are the lyrics?
Tears stream down your face when you lose something you can't replace. Tears stream down your face and I.
Right.
It's that shit. Your limitations become restraint.
Yellow is built entirely from that philosophy. Simple chords, simple words, and a voice that cracks instead of showing off.
Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine for.
It's not about showing how much you know, it's about showing how much you feel. Years later, Chris realized this wasn't just luck, it was the recipe for most of his songs.
Nobody knows where it comes from. It's like being a fisherman, you can have all the rods and all the, jackets, but you can't really make the fish come to you. But I just sit and play and play and play and wait. When a good song comes, I don't have any idea where it's come from.
Yellow worked because they kept it simple, and when it came time to make the video, they made the same choice. Only the plainness of Chris alone on a freezing beach walking straight toward the camera as the sky slowly progresses from night to morning. Nothing else is competing for your attention. You stop watching the production and start feeling the song. The same philosophy as the song itself, restraint that lasts.
Some songs arrive fully formed. Yellow happened like that.
When you look at it, the ingredients are almost laughably ordinary. 4 basic chords, nothing about it screams destiny, nothing about it feels engineered. We spend our lives trying to add more layers, more perfection, more control. But sometimes the most powerful thing you can do as a creator is simply trusting what arrives when you stop trying to impress. You step back, you wait, and let it show up. Yellow is proof that restraint can be revolutionary, that vulnerability can be universal, that knowing what to leave out can be the thing that lets everything else shine.
Look how they shine.